Hey everyone. So it's Thursday, July 31st at 8:27 p.m. I just finished a reading just moments ago. And I don't know, I just felt compelled to talk about something else. So I'm doing it. Just sitting on the balcony having a conversation with my man. And we just had dinner with my son and it was awesome. Oh my God. Like when you have your own children, you learn what real love is all about. Unconditional love. It's like having a dog, right? You're gone all day to work. You come home and they're wagging their tail and they're jumping all over you and they're panting and they're so happy and smiling, right? Unconditional love. No matter what you do, they're always going to love you. So I said to him, I know I did good. That's how I phrased it. I know I did quite well raising my son now because, sometimes as a parent, you question your actions at times and kids question theirs, right? It's a two-way street. Everything's a two-way street, man. People just have to stop making it a one-way street. If you got an ego and you're selfish and self-absorbed, you may want to just change that, okay? Just try something different. Anyway, I said, I'm so proud of myself now because I questioned myself and I thought, I'm so proud because, you go through a divorce when a child is extremely young. My son was 2.5 years old. But it just hit me that I just can't live like this for the rest of my life. I don't want my son to see the abuse, right? He saw physical abuse, mental abuse. He heard the verbal abuse for sure. And that's when I said, this has got to stop. And if we can't stop, then I'm going to make it stop. I want a divorce. And I served papers. Simple, done. I said, and he got upset. He started yelling. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. I'm not yelling at you. Why are you yelling at me? Well, I can't believe you want that. No. I asked you a question. Answer it. Why are you yelling at me? I'm not yelling at you. Let's talk about this. But we're not getting along. Let's face reality. Why don't we want to be happy even if it's with someone else and wish the best for one another? Right? People get emotions involved. Drop the fucking emotions, man. If you're hurt, tell the person, be real. You know what? That hurt me. Men, that's a sexy motherfucking act right there. That's big boss CEO energy. Okay, gentlemen? Right? You can let your guard down. Don't worry about it. Right? You wouldn't be demeaned as a male or alpha male, whatever you're wanting to be viewed as. Don't worry. We all need a release. We all get stressed. Things happen in life, both professionally and personally. For executives, for anybody. If everybody could just fucking talk to each other for the love of God and remove the emotions, right? Like when my man pisses me off, okay, you want an example? Here's an example. I went down east for a funeral because my aunt had passed away. God rest her soul. She was like a second mother to me. This is very difficult for me to talk to at the moment, so I'm just gonna jump through that. So I went there for that. I come back, return home, and it's like I landed like 11 p.m. You would think my man would have some fucking food in the fridge. Something. A sandwich. I don't give a shit. Just something. Because I'm traveling, right? You think he'd have a bottle of wine or something that he knows of what I like. Why? Because he should know me, right? I haven't worn a mask. I've been real since the get-go. So I'm going to make sure he gets to know me, right? I mean, that's a smart thing to do. Why fake shit? It's not going to get you anywhere. It's just not. Trust me. So I'm so proud of my son because he has rekindled his relationship with his father. And, he's witnessed a lot, like I said earlier, when he was younger. And I'm just so grateful to God that he's healed because I don't want him to feel any pain. He's my son. I don't want anybody to feel any fucking pain. That's why I talk on this. That's why I don't show my face. I just stay away from negative energies, and there's going to be negative energies, you guys. You just have to recognize them, be aware of them, and know how to deal with it. And how do you deal with it? You walk away from that shit. Okay, I've digressed. I always do. I'm sorry, but there's always lessons in what I say. I don't want my son to, if everybody has childhood issues, all right? Let's face the fucking facts. Everybody on God's green earth has had some form of childhood issue, right? Right? So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? You got to deal with it when you're young. If you don't deal with it when you're young, it's going to happen when you're older. It's going to come out. Everything, all the pain, all the hurt. Just trust me, please. I want everybody to be happy. I want the world to be happy again. And I've learned so many lessons in my life. Like, I'm surprised I'm fucking alive. Okay? I've walked a heavy road. I want people to learn. If they want, if they're ready, they will, and they'll want it. If they're not ready, they don't have to do what I'm guiding them to do. Okay? It's their life. It's your life. My life is my life. I'm so proud I rekindled the relationship between my son and and my ex-husband, his father. It wasn't very good. And I don't want my son to feel any fucking pain in life whatsoever. I'm going to teach him and guide him to be healed and forgive. Okay? You can do one or the other. You can forgive or you can forget. But if anybody says you can forgive and forget, fuck them. They're lying. It's tough to do both. But you can do one of the other. You either forgive or you forget. And when you forget, you leave it in the past. You let that shit fucking go. And then your blessings start coming in because you don't care about shit anymore. I just heard a honk. That's spirit confirming that. When you're ready, you will move forward. You're going to get blessing after blessing after blessing. My son is doing so well in his life. God, I'm so grateful, God. I am so grateful. We want the best for our kids, right? I just told him, you got to do that for your son. Okay? Make sure he's healed all of his childhood pain through his teens, through this year, that year. Make sure he's healed inside and out. Okay? That's what I said. Do this for your son. Help him heal. Guide him. We don't want any fucked up kids in the world. They're taking over. Our generation is done. The young are now taking over. The young better be smart as fuck to do the right thing. No matter where they are. I don't give a fuck what city you represent, what country, whatever. if you're young between the ages of like 20 and 40, you guys, we know you're going to rule the world now. It's your turn now to take over. We've done our job now. Now it's your turn. So whatever decisions you better be fucking sure you're making the right decision. And how do you know you're making the right decision? Is because the young is taken over, okay? The young will know that they're going to do what the best interest is of the people in the city, of the people in the country. Why would you want to hurt your own people in your own country? What the fuck is that all about? Governments. I hope somebody from the government hears this. Why would you want to hurt the people that live in your country, in your city, in your fucking village? I don't care where you are. Why would you want to hurt your own people? Sit back. Sit the fuck down and ask yourself, why do I enjoy hurting people? I guarantee you're going to need to sit alone for a couple of years and heal. You want a good life? Heal. You want your desires? Heal. You want every fucking thing and get it right because you've earned it? Heal. It all begins with healing. I'm so fucking proud of my son. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Oh my God. I'm so grateful. I swear. Because now my son's going to find the right partner in life because he knows his worth. He loves himself. He can go out by himself and have a beautiful, expensive dinner, a cheap dinner. He's doing well in life. Thank you, God. And he would much rather go for a nice dinner by himself than hang out with friends. That's pretty confident. And he's young. That's what you want to instill in your people, in your kids, in the young. Confidence, love, joy. Let's work together as a team. What happened to team? Everything is I now. What happened to team? Fuck. Anyway, if you have kids out there and you've gone through a divorce, okay, or a separation or whatever, don't turn the kids against the other parent. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to be the easiest thing you're going to want to do is trash the other parent. But think of the pain that brings to the child. And children don't deserve it. They're not in that. That's not their fight. It's your fight and against the other person's fight. And you guys are adults. Don't bring the kids into this. Do what's best for the children so they're raised properly. They're raised to feel emotions and say, oh my God, that hurts. You can cry with each other if you break up. And no judgment, right? You can just feel comfortable enough to cry with one another if, whoever's breaking up. It's okay. Hug the other person. Feel bad that it's hurting them. Not that you hurt them, but what the situation is hurting them. It's a different story. So, of course, be kind and hug them and say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling this, or I'm sorry this or that. And raise the kids to love each parent. Don't put them in the middle. They don't deserve that. They're little angels. They're innocent. They were. I don't know about nowadays. Anyway, heal your children if you're in the midst of a divorce, or have gone through divorce, or in the midst of a separation, or have been in a separation. Remove the emotion. Okay? When there's logic and there's real, I know this sounds like a conundrum. Hang on, let me rephrase that. You can have the emotion. If my man came to me and said, I'm not feeling this anymore. You know what? You're a bitch. I'm done. I would go, okay. Very calmly. I'll go, okay, that hurts, but okay. Like, I'm not going to beg you to be with me if you're not happy with me. And you shouldn't beg to be with me if I'm not happy with you. Like, what the fuck? I digressed again. If you have children and you're separated from your significant other, talk nicely about the other parent. They're going to trust you. They're going to want to talk to you all the time about everything. And that's what you want. You want your kids involved in your life. In your life. They need you. They count on you. So all I want you to do is just be there. I was always there for my son, but fuck was I firm. I was firm. I don't know. I was very, very firm. Like, if you're not home by 9 o'clock, I'm going to break your fucking leg. That's what I used to say to my son all the time. Okay? You said you're going to be home by 9 o'clock. So you can come home before 9 or right at 9, but not after 9. You said 9. So we're sticking to 9. And if it's 9:01, I'm going to break your fucking leg. He was always home a half an hour earlier. But it worked. It worked. We're best friends. We always go for dinner. We spend as much time with one another as we possibly can. Thank you, God. That's spreading love. Why make him hate his father? Like, where's the win in that? There's no win. It's just pain. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting your children. Don't do that. Talk to one another. Okay? Again, if my man came to me and said, F you, I'm done, I'll say, okay, bye-bye. But if he came to me and said, I need to talk to you, this isn't working for me. And I'm going to say, oh, okay, is there something that I can change? And if he's like, no, it's just not working for me, then that tells me the relationship is done. I am not what he wants. So why would I want to be with someone that's not happy with me? Why? It doesn't make sense. So I'm so proud of him for healing. When you heal your children and you raise them right, believe you me, you are raising leaders. Okay? You're raising the right type of leaders. Everybody's just got to take a breath, sit down and relax. Do what makes you feel happy. I love you. God bless.